Everyone says this magnetic pick is the true god's return to rockabilly. Just how good is this keyboard? Let's take a direct look at the magnetic adhesion performance that everyone cares about most. Raka supports fully formed 0.005 RT at 1 mm, lifting accuracy of 2 mm and 3 mm. Pressing down performs excellently. At the top, it comes with 0.04 depth protection. The bottom is zone 04. Average latency reaches a standard 8K polling rate of 0.17 milliseconds and a 32K scan rate. This performance is probably the current mass-produced version, and it's at the T0 level. Next, let's look at the exterior, but there's no comparison between them. Of course, you can't tell anymore. I happen to have another TKO magnetic switch on hand. It's the well-known tacit approval, TKO. Let's look at it from various perspectives. So, which of these two top-tier TKO magnetic switches is stronger? On the exterior, Roka comes in a dark night black color. The default is crimson default switches and ring caps, which I reconfigured myself. So I won't compare switches and caps. Both have shells using a 6063 brigade for their shells. The 220 mesh oxygen-induced oxidation process of the housing is manufactured using the manufacturer. Because there was no professional equipment, I had to rely on the naked eye and manuals. From my actual experience, this makes the Raka 80 even smoother. And this Raka is probably the one I've played so far. The most delicate 220 mesh Sunny Ridge shell. He already has a bit of the feel of an electric hero now. After all, this Raka 80 is manufactured by Vertex, so that's also true. It is currently one of the top domestic contract manufacturers, so this texture is understandable. The arrangement on the front is the same for everyone. There's also a logo light on the arrow keys. By default, it features an aluminum alloy decorative strip. Raka features a direct translucent logo display. So, which of these two methods do you think looks better? The key layout is by default more than in Raka. An F13 area is placed with a delete key, so the default F zone looks a bit more compact. Raka, on the other hand, removes this key and has a larger gap in the F region. It also makes the entire keyboard more harmonious. I think this design can't be compared, because some people might just need an extra function button, while others might prefer this more relaxed layout. Each has its own advantages. The Raka 80 uses a cherry height PC semi-transparent lash. The mist effect is really good. Combined with the design of its shell, which comes with a factory purple lamp, the entire keyboard below has a very sophisticated, hazy beauty. The craftsmanship of these keycaps is also excellent. It uses a pixel-style hard-cut design. It feels very noticeably raised to the touch and the feel is really great. However, it is relatively less durable. The Raka design on the side panels is a bit richer. A grooved light strip was made inside. The exterior is made of a piece of glass. The exterior lighting effects are also very smooth. The default side panels don't have any special designs. The back panel features a Raka aluminum composite lens. The counterweight is directly printed with a logo on both sides. There is also a groove for convenience. Later, when I had an issue with DIY Seiko, I made a slanted chamfer design. The entire back makes one of its lines appear richer. By default, it's a large piece of aluminum alloy with even greater weight. The hardcover character design on top is also very attractive. The default balance is also directly connected. Second, the overall keyboard height is about 2 mm higher than that of Raka. In terms of comfort in the horse shape, I think Raka's is the best. It should be a bit more comfortable. The exterior has been introduced above. Then there's the switch and the Rika filling. It uses a custom scale for a Gattolin. The default standard feature of the Axle Pro is this term, and of course it also includes the word gaming. Gray screen switches support up to 0.005 RT, while Pro theoretically supports 0.01 RT. But you still have to choose the gray screen switch for better light transmission. Because it's a transparent PC cover, there is no word switch on the sound. The muffled type is a relatively refreshing cross sound. The default filling is a 5-layer system, which feels better to the touch. However, for magnetic color keyboards, stability is slightly lower. Modify it yourself to make the head structure more stable. Raka comes with a head structure filler from the factory. It is a 2-layer filling consisting of sandwich silicone and a base cotton. Paired with this gray screen switch, this feel should be the second layer I've used so far. Fill it with the most comfortable magnetic silk keyboard inside. Not the kind of crackling or sudden crackling sensation. Instead, it carries a somewhat stifling feeling. It still sounds very textured. The sword is also very well called. Let's listen briefly. Raka's WebDriver is relatively simple and bright. There are no unnecessary UI lighting conditions. RT settings and advanced keys are very convenient. It's a very practical and high-quality magnetic shaft drive. But as a developer, there may be some shortcomings. The only downside is that its UI is a bit too simple. It looks a bit too monotonous. So much has been said, and so many comparisons have been made. So, do you think this Raka 80 truly lives up to its current title as the god of magnetic switches? Keyboard starts on the official website on March 10th. An unlimited rolling sales model. This means that no matter when, shipments will be shipped within 30 days. This basically prevents the problem from being screwed. If you like this Raka 80, you can remember to check the official website on the 10th. That's all for this video. If you like it, remember to follow us 3 times. Thank you very much. See you next time.